What's up, Peach Giant fans? Um, I'm done with my rant. So that was about a 20-minute rant. I just had some things to get off my chest, brother. So I just wanted to get into this mock draft. I'm a couple of days late, but I was watching the NBA and rooting for my Knicks and stuff like that. So I got a little tied up. So um, I completed the mock draft. I'll show you the trades that I made, why I made them, why I picked the players that I picked. Um, there was one mistake that I made. I hit the button by accident. Um, it was going to be, it was supposed to be Isaac Guerrero, which was the running back from Louisville. But I actually hit the button by accident and I took Javon Solomon. He's a outside linebacker, edge rusher from Troy. So, I mean, I wasn't really too unhappy with it because I was able to get a good running back at the end of the draft, which, in my opinion, was a steal. So, you can never have too many edge rushers. And we know as Giant fans, we're our best when we have edge rushers. Pressure up the middle and edge rushers coming on all sides, bro. I believe it was the NASCAR package. So, let's get into it. And I'll explain the draft picks to you and why I did it. And let's get going. So, um, as you see, I didn't take any top receiver. So you might say, "Yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why didn't you take a receiver?" I have my reasons. So as you see, we have a one, we have an extra two for next year, and then we have our three, four, five, two fives, a six, and a seven. So I wound up trading with the Houston Texans, and I wound up trading with the Atlanta Falcons, and I wound up trading with the Texans again, and I traded with the Kansas City Chiefs. So basically, when it all boils down to, I traded Darius Slayton away, and we lost out on Latu Latu because in this mock draft, the receivers were actually gone, which is what I said in my rant. I actually feel the script is going to be flipped and the wide receivers are going to go, not the quarterbacks. So I traded out of there and was able to parlay some extra picks for those quarterback needy teams. And I was able to get an extra two and an extra five. I had a one, but I traded back into the draft to get Mikey Sanders still. So if you look at what I did, my first pick was Ennis Rakestraw, cornerback from Missouri. I think that, you know, us getting a corner, starting caliber corner, is essential to play opposite Deontay Banks. Then I went with defensive lineman from Florida State, Braden Fisk. If you know anything about Braden Fisk, during the Senior Bowl and during the season, he was unstoppable, bro, as an interior defensive lineman. And I figured him alongside Sexy Dex is going to be dominant. And then you talk about our two edge rushers, Brian Burns and excuse me, and Kayvon. Oh yeah, it's going to be rough, bro. So then you see I added Keon Coleman. I took Keon Coleman because we need a big body receiver with hands that can make those contested grabs. We got speed all over the field, bro. We're getting Bryce Ford Wheaton back. That's why I traded Darius Slayton. So to add Keon Coleman along with Bryce Ford Wheaton, Jalen Hyatt, Isaiah Hodgins, and Wandell Robinson, that's a solid wide receiver room. I don't think you could go wrong with that. I was able to get Cooper Beebe, interior lineman, guard, solid player, excellent ratings. He's a great pass blocker, and he's also a good run blocker. Not necessarily great with the pulls, but he's good at just mauling you straight up front and just flatten you, getting pancakes. I took Peyton Wilson because Micah McFadden did have some injuries during the season, and Peyton Wilson is a great insurance pickup, and he even might challenge Micah McFadden eventually for that opposite linebacker spot opposite Bobby Okereke. Like I told you, I traded for Mikey Sanders and I was able to get the Sanders pick at 79 and 86, the Renardo Green. So I was able to get a safety. I was able to get a nickel corner, so we don't have to have no more nightmares of Aaron Robinson. If we decide to keep Darnay Holmes, we could play him. But if you tell me we're going to have Renardo Green, Justin Pinnock, Mikey Sanders still in the slot, Ennis Rakestraw, and Deonte Banks on the outside, that's solid, brother. That's really solid. I took Dominic Pooney, offensive tackle from Kansas. We got offensive linemen, but we also got to get younger. You know what I mean? We got to get younger. So this is where I took Javon Solomon. I wanted to get Isaac Garendo, but you can never have too many pass rushes in this league. And he's an outside backer, edge rusher. So God forbid something happens to Kayvon, something happens to Brian Burns, he could come in and get some pass rush. And he's also a very good tackler. So that means he keeps his eye on the ball, not the player. He got great recognition skills, and he's going to be a solid player if we wound up getting him. I also took McKinley Jackson to solidify that defensive line. McKinley Jackson is huge. He's about 6'4", over 300 pounds. He is a man's man, bro. Then I drafted Joe Milton. I mean, what more can I say? 6'5", 235 pounds, can run, got a rocket arm, a cannon. I mean, it's a no-brainer to me. And then at the end, I was able to get Kendall Milton, running back from Georgia. Now, if you don't know about this dude runs like a 4.5, 4.6, but he's 6'2", 225 pounds. He is a monster, bro. And he's a good pass blocker. So when we run those long routes and get Keon Coleman, in jump ball situations, or Jalen Hyatt down deep, this dude can block on third downs and give Daniel Jones the time that he needs to get the ball downfield. That's why I took him. He's a great pass blocker. And then when you hand the ball to him in the fourth quarter to wear defenses down, you talking about 6'2", 225 pounds coming at you, bro. Serious size. You know what I mean? So that's my mock draft. And like I said, we kept our one for next year. We was able to get an extra 2 and an extra 5 for next year, along with our other picks. We got rid of Darius Slayton, but we're getting Bryce Ford Wheaton back. So, hopefully he'll have a good I guess you could call it rookie campaign. And then we also added Keon Coleman, who I think is going to be a beast, bro. He runs good routes. He makes athletic catches. He makes contested catches. He just needs to be coached. He just needs to be coached with his focus. But I'm solid with this draft. I think we answered a lot of questions. We were able to parlay our first pick, number 6 overall, into multiple picks, and we was able to answer a lot of questions. So I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with this. So, you know, I mean, the only thing I can really say we didn't address is the tight end position. And there'll be some tight ends. You'll have Tip Ryman. You'll have guys out there that won't get drafted that'll be free agents that we can always bring in. Tip Ryman is a beast. I don't know if you saw him at the combine, but he had a great gauntlet. He ran pretty good for a guy that's over 255 pounds. He ran pretty good. He had a great gauntlet, great shuttle cone drill. So Tip Ryman is going to be good. So we could probably get him in free agency. So that's it, bro. We got some solid players here. We addressed a lot of needs. We addressed the offensive line. Again, we got younger. So we got some veterans, but we also got younger. So, if you look at this draft, Ennis Rakestraw, starter. Braden Fisk, definite starter. Keon Coleman, I think he's going to start off as situational, but end up being a starter because of his ability to high point the ball and catch contested passes. Cooper Beebe, he's probably going to sit in the beginning, but I think he's going to eventually overtake John Runyon. And Runyon is a great backup plan. He's a solid player. Peyton Wilson, like I said, he's going to challenge for that starting spot opposite Bobby Okereke. Mikey Sanderstill, definite starter. Renardo Green, you might see Dane Belton start at the beginning of the season, but Renardo Green, I think, will overtake that starting safety spot, playing opposite Justin Pinnock. Dominic Pooney just gives us another tackle option because Andrew Thomas has been a little dinged up, and this dude is great in pass protection. Javon Solomon, like I said, I made a mistake, but then I wasn't unhappy with it because, like I said, you could never have too many edge rushers, bro. And McKinley Jackson, he's a monster in the middle. This man commands a double team. He commands a double team. So if he commands a double team when he's in the game, what are you going to do with Dex? What are you going to do with Kayvon? What are you going to do with Brian Burns? I don't know. And Joe Milton is, like I said, is a great developmental quarterback. And I think he's going to have a promising future because he does everything well. He's smart. He's got a big arm. He can run. He's mobile. And he played in the SEC, bro. How can you knock him? And Kendall Milton, beast. 6'2", 225 pounds. Need I say more? So think about that. Subscribe, like the channel, definitely comment, leave your remarks. Don't just view it because a lot of y'all are just viewing it and moving on. Leave some comments, bro. Let me know what you think. If you don't like a pick I made or the round that I picked the player in, talk to me and let me know. I'm available for constructive criticism. So, everything isn't going to be perfect, but I think this is a good draft. So let me know what you think. And like I said, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And I look forward to hearing your comments. All right. All right. Peace out, everyone. Stay safe. God bless.